Hello and welcome back, Josh, Sam and anyone else who's watching, to a cheeky work time raid. This is Lviv and Let Die. We are going to play ourselves a game against Sevastopol, and then we're going to play ourselves a game against Atletico Madrid in the Champions League. There have been a couple of games since we last met. We last met, when was it? In the Club World Cup. So yeah, we remember the victory. We then played a bunch of pre-season friendlies and the first leg of the Champions League because of such a long gap. In fact, such a long gap that I played a friendly in between. We actually beat Atletico 4-1 in that game. I'm going to just show you the... Where's the button here? No, I don't want to... For fuck's sake. View highlights, goals. Right. So this should work. Hopefully it won't take too long to generate. We absolutely battered them. In terms of the game, it was fairly even, but we were clinical for once. This is the first goal. Cullen playing in Shahata. Shahata playing it back. Cullen playing the ball nicely. Triangles everywhere. Merino has the ball, goes across goal and smashes it through the hands of the goalkeeper to put us to put us 1-0 up. I got confused because it said 4-1 at the top there, and then it said 2. Anyway, here's the next goal. Musa Kurt with just a stunning finish, considering he's a centre-back. Very, very nice. The next goal, was that also us? Yes, it seems like it was. Oh, no, maybe not. What's happening here? Okay. Yeah, it looks like Atletico are going to drag one back, and I think that's how it went. Oh, maybe not though. Rosic turning on the ball. Panda Goto's big ball up towards Merino. Oh, I do remember, yeah. So Merino finishes. I'm 100% convinced that goal was offside. I'm not going to go into it too much here, but I tried slowing down the play to see when Panda Goto's ball goes forward, and I'm almost certain that it was offside. Now Atletico pull one back. At this point, the ball comes in from, I think, they definitely do pull one back. I don't know why it's playing so much of the build-up beforehand, but we go back into our usual rhythm of playing triangles around. Mayo does a big kick. Funia has it. The ball is tackled through to their player and he slots home nicely. And here's the final goal of the game. They play the ball up towards their striker. Again, Fournier is on the ball, and I think the ball is then deflected back. Merino running on, tries to play in Rosic, who's tackled. Why is it playing such a long build-up to each goal? Anyway, Merino has it, slips through to Shahata. Shahata taps home. It was a delight, a goddamn delight. Anyway, so now we're going to play Sevastopol in the league with an attempt to go... Oh, so also fun to note, in the press conference, apparently they had a press conference after the Odessa game, and the Odessa manager was asked whether he thinks we'll be challenging for the title, and he said, no, we've got our work cut out for us, but he doesn't think that Ben Wheatland can keep the pressure up. So he's clearly in Egypt because we are currently 17 points clear and undefeated. Let's play Sevastopol and then we'll play Atletico to see if we can get through to the next round of the Champions League. Oh, and before we do that, there's news. I must give you news. History. No, that was not where I wanted to go, but we're nearly there anyway. We've sold a couple of players, guys. We've sold a few players. So mostly they are players who you do not know or care about. For example, Luciano Calderon has gone to Argentinos. But one big one is obviously Yaroslav Berezhiny. Not really, lol. Well, it's actually Artur Bellinger, who has gone for £10.75 million to Rayo Vallecano. He's played well for us for the 4 seasons he's been here, or 3.5 seasons that he's been here. And we make a massive profit on him. But he wasn't hitting quite the heights that I wanted him to. He's not as, he's good. Obviously he's good, but we decided we'd bring in someone who's younger and probably a little bit better. That would be Josip Roguljic. He's shorter for sure, and also excellent. I don't know why his stats are all going down. I guess because we're sort of in pre-season. But anyway, he's quick, great at finishing. His composure's not perfect, but that's what I'm training him on. And despite the fact that he's got 15 on heading, his area ability is very low because he has 3 on jumping, which is actually decreased. So, absolute classic Ben Wheatland buy. We're going to, because we have the big game, so we're actually going to start both of our backup strikers, Planinsek, who's backup mainly because he's been injured quite a lot this season, and Rogulic because he's new. They're going to both be striking against these guys because we want the other two to play against Atletico. Similarly, we're going to let Cullen play here. I've now registered him for the Champions League, which I hadn't done last year, or earlier on in the year rather. And we'll probably play Bostal over here. And then I think we can give Zion a start. And Blas Gonzalez can play. Let's go. Oh, Mauricio is also a backup left back. Fucking hell, I keep doing that. Why is left back such a blind spot for me? I always miss it. Go out and impress. I have faith. I have faith. I have faith. Let's do this. Let's absolutely smash them in the face. Sevastopol. They've already had a man injured. And has he gone? And he's had to go off injured. They are just above the relegation zone. So, in theory, a team that we absolutely should be doing a job on. The thing that we often find in these early... So, it's usually around this time of year where... Oh, they just about get that off the line. It's usually around this kind of time of year where we start to see the occasional blip in our league form. Like, for example... we drew the corresponding fixture in the last season, and I think even the year before that, and basically the game after the first leg of any Champions League tie seems to be a bit tough for us. What I've done to try and prevent that happening, Rogulic is already injured, we've had the ball in the net but it was offside. What I've done to try and avoid that is play that extra friendly after the Atletico game with the for God's sake, all our players getting injured. With the intention of trying to keep up our momentum in that little period where we had the 2 weeks to sort of drop off the boil a bit last year. So that's why I did that. Was the thinking behind doing that. Keeper came absolutely miles off his line there. And let's see if it works. So far it looks like we're doing okay. Rogulic sets up Planinsek in a very strange way, but Planinsek finally gets a goal, first time in a little while. And we're 1-0 up. Looks like for once we will avoid this curse. Tavria doing very well as a newly promoted side. And who else came up? I think it was Sevastopol who came up. Both of them doing well as newly promoted. Shakhtar down there. I mean, in any other league you'd say that's relegation threatened, considering they're only 3 places above the relegation zone. But because the other teams are so poor, it seems very unlikely they'll catch up. Nevertheless... an interesting turn of fortune. We also see that Govela and Alexandria are pushing up into those upper reaches of the table on a fairly consistent basis now, which is cool. Yeah, so hopefully this will have sort of scared away that blip in form. The intention is still to try and go this season unbeaten. I think we're probably on for that. We're definitely on for it, but I feel like we're probably in a pretty good place. The usual suspects to break the run is Krivbas and Planinsek must, and it does. Too easy for him. We're almost at 50 games unbeaten as well, which is beautiful. Sorry, goodness sake, I'm getting distracted. The issue... Oh, God, what am I trying to say now? I've completely had my thought lost by that goal. Something interesting you were going to say, weren't you? Wheatland? Oh, Planinsek, you absolute beast. Gets himself a hat-trick. 2 goals in 2 minutes from Planinsek. That is 3-0, and I like what I'm seeing. Nice. Some people will say that you shouldn't do this whilst working. I am not one of those people. What the fuck was I going to say? It's gone absolutely, completely out of my mind. Never mind. We'll come back to it. I'm sure we'll circle around. Mauricio doing well, despite not deliberately being in the team. That's just the way I like to manage. Good. We're on a 48 match unbeaten run. I think we'll probably get to 50. Oh, so I was talking about clubs that I think are potentially going to trouble us. We usually struggle with the ties against Karpaty and Krivbas, and we've already beaten Karpaty in a fairly edgy affair, and similarly with Krivbas. So I think we are now at the point where we just need to do our jobs as best we can, and we'll probably come out on top. We'll bring on Shahata here as well, and Rogulic is actually taken a knock. So we'll do those changes. These are all 3 changes before halftime. Classic. That's a special Wheatland on there. See if we can get Planinsek to get. I think the best we've had was more than. I think we've had 5 from Rosic in one game once. Maybe we can do that again here from Planinsek. He's going straight for it. It's nice to see. Pavlienko. Oh, Salvador, I've noticed, by the way, has become quite injury prone. He's often coming off. So I'm going to have to probably find a replacement for him, or at least a sort of, someone to fill that gap. Merino takes the ball, turns and finishes. Lovely stuff. It's a really impressive performance by Lviv today. I mean, we are miles clear at the top, and Sevastopol are the 3rd worst team in the league. But yes, this is a very impressive result nevertheless. How are other results going for us? Krivbas Dinamo are still winning. That's a shame. Govela's winning. That's cool. Good for them. I'm quite happy that a smaller team is coming through. Improving and sort of maybe making a challenge. I spent quite a lot of time because we're in. Planinsek. Oh, come on, mate. Because obviously we're all in quarantine at the moment here in Poland. I am trying to find something to do with myself. And in between all the normal trappings of life, have we had another injury there? No. What I did was I spent some time mapping out, or beginning to map out, the statistics of this save in terms of the top divisions and how Salvador smashes the crossbar, how I've had an impact on the top leagues. So the Polish one is stark. Śląsk go from having won 1 league title and 2 cups to just dominating for a period of 30 years, which had never happened in Poland before properly. Similarly, Lviv here in Ukraine, the trend was obviously mostly Shakhtar and Dinamo. There was the beginning rise of Krivbas just before, which happened to, unfortunately for them, coincide with us being really good without having spent loads of money. And so, they have won 2 of the last few titles, but we've won all the rest. And I think that very soon we'll be at the point where Lviv will just be able to steamroll everything, even without us playing. Pandagotu taps home. Merino's shot comes back off the post, falls delightfully for Pandagotu. There we go. Nicely done. And the Premier League is interesting in that I've seen some people sort of sim forward quite a long time, and some of the big teams start to drop off. But in our universe that we're sharing here, only Swindon and Western are the only 2 teams who are sort of newbies to winning the league, except for Spurs, who I wouldn't really say are a proper newbie team in terms of winning stuff. I mean, I know that they hadn't actually won it before they won it in game. It's 6. Merino takes it past the keeper, and this is embarrassing for Sevastopol now. So Spurs are the only real team to sort of have upped their game. I'm hoping that as we go forward, maybe some teams will start to sort of drop off a bit. I know Man United are currently 10th. Liverpool did have a wobble where they got relegated out of the top division, and I think they got relegated twice even. Everton are obviously struggling down in the 3rd or 4th division now, so that's definitely happened, but it could get worse for teams as well. And I'd like to see someone new to start coming to challenge. Western have obviously fallen away, but Swindon seem to still be able to sustain challenges for the title, for now at least. Planinsek to Merino. Merino has a hat-trick. It's 7-0. Is that? Oh no, because his first goal in the hat-trick was here, right? So yeah, he's not just had an incredible 7-0. Not a bad way to warm up for our Champions League game. It is away at Atletico, so I was a little worried. I also noticed I was sort of, I don't know if you remember. It's 8, Musa Kurt. I don't remember if you remember. I don't know if you remember that I was sort of poo-pooing Atletico's chances a little bit in the last video, saying that we've beaten them. We're actually unbeaten against Atletico in our previous Champions League encounters. But then I checked, and they are actually sort of top of the La Liga, so they're not a bad side. In fact, they're doing very well at the moment. Nevertheless, we did beat them 4-1 at home. The away leg I'm slightly concerned about, but I don't think we'll lose so much. Oh, come on. Oh, it could have been 9. I think our record win is 9-0. Come on, Panda Go To. Oh, unlucky. I would have liked 9. Ashkenazi, Musa Kurt, Cullen. This must be it now. Oh, Merino slips through Planinsek. Oh, he was tackled right at the last there. We were on fire in the second half. We were also on fire in the first. Lovely stuff. 5 goals. That's a rare example of second half performance being a lot better. Maybe the triple substitution at halftime did the trick. So we absolutely walloped everybody there. Karpati drew, so that means that we've got even further ahead in the league standings as well. It's good for us. What an absolute tonking we've given them. Ilichevets beating Shakhtar. Shakhtar down in 12th now. I mean, it's ridiculous. Really, they are, they're in danger of getting relegated. I mean, not really, but they are. Gricio, okay, well, that means I won't be able to accidentally leave him in the team next because he's now out for 3 months. And I'm clicking on the wrong keyboard. Let's go up here. Rogulic, making his debut. Unfortunately, did get slightly injured and ruined his thing there. Oh, hang on a second. If you look at our fixtures in current form, each win brings a bit of that. Harris is good. He was brilliant. It's a blow, but not the end of the world. We'll probably play one of the actual players who play in that position. Obviously, what a stupid question. Having chosen to rest a number of... You then bring up that as well. That's ridiculous. I would love to keep Panda Go To with us. It seems crazy that he would want to leave. We are winning everything and beating everyone in front of us. Also, we've been sort of keeping tags on Lechia Gdansk because that's where we have 2 of our players on loan this season, a centre-back and a striker. The striker looks good to become a first-teamer for us next year in the same way that Ivan Merino has done this year. So I'll be keeping tabs on him, but he's currently got, I think, 15 or 16 goals, and despite the fact that they were bottom last time we looked at the Extraclasa, they're now comfortably mid-table and having a pretty good time of things. So it looks like our influence over Polish football is not at an end yet. Maybe we can just... Is there a quick way to link to it? Okay, and now it seems like I'm just going to keep going. Let's maybe say Eastern Europe reports. And one of these teams will be a Polish team, probably. No, oh God, this is all going wrong. Everything about this is terrible and I should be blamed. Oh, for crying out loud. Alright, so I'm just going to have to Google it now, and that's even more embarrassing. Śląsk. Get out of my life. Śląsk Wrocław, Ekstraklasa. There you go. Lechia up in 6th, and they've got a game in hand, so they could be 5th. They're playing one of these rubbish teams. Oh, Wisła are really struggling as well. Śląsk looking good for another title. But yeah, Lechia doing very well with the influence of our team. They're not very good at drawing. They obviously either lose or they win. That's fine. That's just the way it is. Okay, and as you can see, the progress bar does actually seem to be running faster now, and I've got rid of those irritating leads that I don't care about and all the weird things that it apparently had subscribed me to. I do keep an eye on that. So here you go. Here's a player that I'm interested in, Dejan Topalovic, 6 foot, great at defending, not quick, and apparently not great in the air. I don't know why, maybe because he's short. I'm interested in him because he's apparently, they say he's as good as Musa Kurt, but you can just look for yourself and see that Kurt is quicker and better in the air. But I was thinking that maybe Topalovic can come in instead of Blas Gonzalez. Let's maybe... Can we delay this? If I can bring him in for 2 million, I'm sure we could sell one of the other defenders we've got for much more. Processing. I've just said you were quicker. Why do you have to now slow straight down? Nice little song there. Nice little song for me and for you to enjoy. I've also been continuing to battle with the board and discuss why they won't give me anything I want, considering I won the Champions League for them. But they still refuse to do anything that I actually ask, which is fun, I suppose. We might just have to wait for a new chairman, which, when you're in this sort of situation, does come around occasionally. Hopefully we can also get into building it. The new stadium's the key. I need to remember when it was that they actually built our current one, because I think you can't get a new one until it's been 10 years. And I am not sure that it was not that. Well, it must have been. Oh, here you go. That's interesting to look at. But quickly, let's just go Lviv. Oh no, information facilities. 2061. So they must be around about now that I should be able to ask for a new stadium. So I'll ask soon. Hopefully we can get there. Anyway, Nazar Roslak is supposed to be. Oh, for God's sake! And he's useless. Cool. He's one of the best people to ever come through our academy. He's useless. Is there a Wheatland in there? No, there's a guy called Schust. I thought his name was Shits when I looked, but it wasn't, so I'm sad now. Anyone else interesting? Biskup. I know a guy called Biskup. And he's probably as good as this guy is at football. No one interesting in that list there. I'm not going to attend that game. It will be just a diabolical thing. Let's have a look here. Everybody knows first second's a real boost. Team will take nothing for granted. It's going to be a struggle, but we'll come out on top. I think we have a little lucky, although that is pretty abusive to the team that we beat 9-0. Who is Smits? He is Bromley's manager. Great. Why am I getting this? Why are Bromley in the Championship? That's cool. Along with Eastbourne Borough, Stevenage, Dagenham and Redbridge, Havant, Waterlooville, Southport. The weird little teams have populated the Championship quite a lot, but they've not quite made it to the Premier League yet. We must persevere, and hopefully soon they will come up. I want Middlesbrough to come up. I also note that West Brom are now sort of having a bit of a resurgence, but they had obviously there were money bags expected to become taken over by some rich owner. And expected to win the league by miles, and they were basically in the relegation zone for half of the season. But it seems like they're turning things around a bit now. Let's say 6,000. Let's get rid of these stupid clauses. You're definitely not having them. Stop asking for them. If you score 20 goals, you can have that much money. You're a fucking joke. Non-negotiable. Because you're on a rotation, you can have a higher appearance fee. We'll give you 60,000. We'll give your agent 100k because he likes his money. In fact, we'll give your agent 150k. Thank you. Right. So, little interlude there. Trying not to waste too much time, but then go into prolonged contract negotiations with a centre-back I'm not even sure I want. Classic Wheatland. That's what you come to this show for. And the utter domination of Ukrainian football, which I think we can all agree is just delightful. Now let's have a look here. This guy's rejecting a new deal from Shakhtar. Is he any good? Maybe I could. Anton Smirnov. Ooh. Can we get him? Oh, £1.2 million. You're not being a backup, you absolute retard. God, these people are... What do you want from me? No. All right. Yeah, okay. Well, that was quick. I pull myself out of that. Yeah, you can sign whoever you want, mate. Really, they're not going to end up being any good, are they? Right. Second leg. Lviv away at Atletico Madrid. Let's do it. We also see the Barcelona look like they're going through. And being as our games are all playing at the same time, I suspect the game will then make us play against Barcelona in the next round, or the winner of that tie at the very least. Because that's just the way Football Manager works, guys. Let's bring... Oh, Badani needs to play instead of him. Great. Mick in for Gonzalez. Fine. I've also reverted to my preferred method of having a goalkeeper on the bench. The reason I've done that is because it's a good idea to have a reserve goalkeeper on the bench. And I think otherwise, no, we'll do that because he caused them trouble last time. That's how the team's going to work out then. Plenin second. Oh, you're an idiot. Cool. Okay, so we're just playing our newbie guy. Right, yeah. So we can bring Rosic on to be explosive. That's the way I'll justify this to myself. Planning sec to Big Mick. Badani to Shahata. Planning sec tackled straight away. They look like they mean business, but Big Mick calmly takes him out, and Mir takes his time to pick up the ball. Could have taken more time. I think in real life he probably would have done, but let's not time waste 30 seconds into this game. Gustavsson, his shot goes straight into Mir's hands. It is a Mir shot. Pandagoti's injured. Great. An early injury. That's what we like. Determined Henry in the middle there. Oh, they're playing a very different system than they did before. I don't think they played 4-4-2 last time. I'm pretty sure they played some weird, like, similar actually to what Sevastopol played. The 4 and then like 5 midfielders and a striker. When they were playing away at our place, and it did not work out for them. Lopez over to Badani. That said, of course, I don't remember, and you did see the highlights where I think it might have shown the page. Oh, good ball in from... we need to work out how to say his name. Roglic. Okay, he needs a nickname because that really isn't up my wheelhouse. Here comes the ball. Musa Kurt's header, but he was beaten in the air. Now Ferrari races forward. Excellent wordplay. Gustavsson's shot tipped away by Mir, and then the ball goes out for a goal kick because Gustavsson's a idiot. I need to stop saying that word. It's not pleasant. Jaune gives it to Fournier, who I think we didn't mention, but Lashagog was given a penalty. Nice. What was I going to say? Oh, it's a great save. Maya clears. Yeah, I was going to say it wasn't mentioned, but Fournier is actually on a goal drought for Atletico, so no doubt he'll score. Oh, speaking of scoring, Gustavsson puts in a fantastic finish, despite the fact they missed their penalty in the middle of that run. Was it him that missed the penalty? No, it was Navarez. Okay. Gogua giving away a penalty, not a great idea, but let's maybe try and get an away goal now. That's the key thing to just keep this from... Oh, Shahata's playing lovely, and he hits the crossbar. Oh, Determined Henry takes out Navarez. It's a throw-in. Okay, Big Mick. Big ball up to Planinsek. Shahata has it. Turns around, gives it to Badani. Planinsek tries to turn into it, but doesn't. Shahata now. Badani, Determined Henry. Oh, Kamara. Gogua now trying to find some space. Lovely ball back. And Roglic, he tries to... But it's a great save from their goalkeeper. Determined Henry goes right through Mariru. And, yeah. Navarez, Shahata clears from the corner. Now Lopez has it on the edge of the box. They're moving it around nicely. Fournier gives it to Alcacer. Oh no, Alcala. I'm actually using the laptop screen. I usually use my secondary screen because it's much bigger and much more visible. But yeah, because I'm working on that screen, I'm using this one here, and I am a little bit blind. It's very small, so if I can't read stuff, that's why. Also, my eyes are old man eyes. 35 minutes gone, and we're 2-0 down. Not a great position to be in. Doesn't look good for us, does it? Gustafsson. Oh, Fournier, of course, scores. And now they're going through it on aggregate. Who's Pandagotu's injured? Fucking hell. Right. And we don't even have... Oh, you're an idiot. I don't even have Rosic on the bench, so Merino has to be the one to come on. Atletico are winning on away goals. We need to get a goal now. This has been a very poor spell. Since they scored, they've been pretty lethal with their finishing. Oh, God. Come on. We made our changes, though. Big Mick heads up to Merino. Merino gives the ball to Gogwa in midfield. The ball's been slipped through to Planinsek. Oh, if only he could have got there a bit quicker. Arithmendi. There's also a player that everyone keeps recommending for me. Like my scouts keep saying when they're scouting England, you must get this guy, Merino. Oh, come on. It's a player who is a goalkeeper for, I think, Newcastle, called Celestine Babiaro. And I really want to sign him just because his name is Celestine Babiaro, although he's a goalkeeper. So it's not the same, but still would be fun. Narvaez to Gustafsson. They are playing very well. They've realised the best formation is clearly the 4-4-2. Three 0 at half-time, not good enough. Let's calmly say I expect to see a much better showing and calmly tell them there's a lot more to come because they are not looking very positive. 1 goal apiece will send us into extra time. We've already made 2 substitutions, which is no good at all. Marino's out there injuring players, which is good. Enforcing substitutions on them, nice. Muriaru manages to get tackled by determined Henry, but then Ferrari has it. Gustafsson goes for a shot. Gogwa's poor clearance, but Merino has it, and he's tackled in the midfield. God, it's a battle. It's a battle. They're winning it on away goals, which is a frustration. Come on, Alvarez, Ferrari, Muriaru, and Fournier was offside. Of course, he's already done what we all knew he would do and score to end a goal drought. 55 minutes gone. They are not as rampant as they were in that 20-minute spell. They are still looking the more likely to make something happen, though, which is no good at all. Narvaez to Fournier. He finishes again, but the goal was offside. He's really got no luck other than that one excellent finish. Considering that our third goal against them last game was definitely offside. So, just nice to upset them. Narvaez with a free kick. Fournier at the back post. He's wasting a lot of chances. But we are not making any. And that's the concern. We're going to bring on Cullen to try and put some beef into the midfield because Gogwa is just struggling. Lopez to Fournier. Merino. Cullen. Oh, I've really balls this up by not playing Rosic. Fuck. Another player injured. I don't know how many more. Oh, come on. Determined Henry. Determined Henry scores. And it is 3-1. And that means we are 5-4 up on aggregate. That's what we want to see. Big Determined Henry with occasional free kicks. Yeah, come on. Oh, what a free kick that is. Goalkeeper unable. Does get a hand on it, but can only put it more perfectly into the top corner. And we are now going through, and an equaliser, a fourth goal for them would only send it to extra time. So we have a little bit of wiggle room, but don't give it to them. Kamara clears. Gonzalez to Muriaru. Fournier puts the ball into the hands of Maya. Nice. Gustafsson, his header moves on, but Big Mick clears it. Alvarez to Gill. They are coming forward again. They look a little bit more purposeful now, and they have scored again. Gustafsson. Oh, come on. It's going to go to extra time, and we've made all our substitutions already. Fuck me. Okay. And the language starts. Right. Okay. Merino to Planinsek. One goal for us here will really turn this around. Obviously, the same for them. But our goals mean more. So if we can just get one more goal, we can put ourselves really in command of this tie. Fournier scores. Fuck. Hey, what is this game? 5-1. They are 6-5 up on aggregate, and we need now a goal in the last 17 minutes. But one goal will send us through. Come on. Here we go. We got a free kick. Donkor. Oh, Kamara. Determined Henry. Determined Henry slips through Marino. Marino scores! It's 6-6 on aggregate, and we are on... Come on, we are taking the lead on away goals. Look at that. What's that? Is that a 5-minute spell? Determined Henry's goal there on 67 minutes, and then we're ahead again on 76 minutes. That's what we like to see. My goodness me, what a slip ball through. Marino poaching like a true poacher. Lovely stuff. 81 minutes. They need a goal. We have a man off. Who is it? It's Determined Henry. Brilliant. Kofi Donkor, and then we can play Planinsek on the right. That's just the way it's going to have to be. Kofi Donkor does play in that position very well, so that's good. Donkor now with the free kick. Oh, just keep it down. It would have gone in. Oh, 5 minutes to go, and we will be through. It seems like everybody's calmed down a bit. Alvarez, his ball goes in from a throw-in, but we managed to clear just about. We're not really clearing it. Wolves, no! He's been called offside. I am not sure about that. Didn't look at all offside to me. The referee, okay, actually, maybe he was. I think that Kamara just played him off. 89 minutes, 4 minutes of added time. We have a throw-in, but we throw it to nobody. No, what are you doing there? Keep the ball. Gustafsson gives it to Gonzalez. Gonzalez, the former man from... Oh, it's got big goal gone over. They've got Juan Carlos Gonzalez, who used to play for Lviv, as you'll remember, in their back four. Merino's ball headed on. We don't have anyone else to run onto it because of injury, but... It looks like we might have done enough, although no, the ball goes through again to that guy. Musa clears, and Merino has it now. Merino tackled by Lopez, but it goes out for a throw-in. Wastes some time, boys. There's only 50 seconds left. Camara plays it up towards Merino. The ball goes through, but Musa Kurt clears. Merino takes it nicely. Merino keeps going. He's still got it. Merino. Oh, and he just walks it out. But it's okay. That's it. We've won. We're through. Are we? 5-2 loss. We're through, I think. We did it. Okay, we're through. Fucking hell. Jesus. 2 goals from 3 shots. We just about made it through into the next round, into the quarterfinals, and Atletico will be very disappointed they didn't go through. Barcelona are through as well. Ooh, we edged that one on away goals. Flipping heck. £2.6 million in prize money. They have, not just one goal disallowed for offside. And delighted the way we got through. We went down, made some changes. Brilliant feeling. You handled very well. Determined Henry. Here we go. Leonard Gustafsson. Yeah, he did do well. Oh, man. Well, we got through that. Fuck. We'll be back for probably the second leg of whatever the next knockout round is. Depends on how things go, I guess. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye.